We invite you to watch how we clear the views on all matters through our partner station MITV on DSTV channel 255, 7 p.m. daily, and also our YouTube and Facebook pages under one name, Clearview News Desk every day. We call it the People's News, as we are available to come over and cover your events upon notice. Or do you have news you want us to broadcast? Send it in. We verify and go to town with it. All for you. Go ahead, engage us to thrash out those naughty issues on the news. And what we need from you is to share and subscribe. More important, convince your loved ones, friends, relatives, co-worshippers, and more to subscribe so as to be getting notifications as we break the news. Go a step further, like the news, and drop your thoughts on the comment section. Clearview News. We clear the view one time and for all time.
Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines. You know that I know what you know. Edo State Deputy Governor Philip SHAIBU threatens to expose the ills of Governor OBASEKI. World-acclaimed prophet says fielding Atiku as presidential candidate in 2027 will signify the end of PDP. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors (NARD) embarks on a 7-day warning strike. I am Florence Joshua with these and more. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors (NARD) has embarked on a 7-day warning strike over the abduction of their colleague, Dr. Ganiat Popola, who has been in the kidnappers' den for 8 months. The president of NARD, Dr. Delia Abdullahi, announced the strike during a virtual emergency meeting of the National Executive Council held on Sunday. Abdullahi said the strike, which commenced at midnight on Monday, August 26, 2024, is a warning but total in effect. The strike is total and there will be no concessions of emergency care during this period. All centers, both federal and state, should ensure food compliance, even as proper handover of patient to consultant should be done. Any center found to have defaulted on the decision of NARD would be fined heavily and denied participation in the forthcoming NARD AGM. A registrar in the Department of Ophthalmology at the National Eye Center, Kaduna, Popola, was abducted on December 27, 2023, along with her husband and nephew. Her husband was released in March, while Popola and her nephew remained in captivity. Members of NARD had earlier protested in all tertiary hospitals across the nation to demand her release. The National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) has awarded discharge certificates to 8 prospective corps members who were kidnapped while traveling to Sokoto State for their orientation course in August 2023. This gesture has received wide commendation. The report. 8 prospective corps members and their bus driver were abducted in August 2023 in Zamfara State on their way from Uyo, Akwa Ibom State to Sokoto. The victims who were abducted in Zamfara State were released in batches between August 2023 and August 2024. NYSC Director General Brigadier General Yushua Ahmed announced the decision to issue discharge certificate, citing the traumatic experience as reason for the exemption from the 1-year national service.
To discuss on the latest development on the 8 kidnapped prospective corps members in Zamfara State that occurred on the 17th of August 2023, 1 year ago. You are aware that over the years, we have lost many corps members due to motor accidents, NYSC policy on core members not to travel at night is still in force. We continue to advise our prospective core members and those who are serving core members to desist from traveling at night because of the risks attached to it. There was no payment of ransom in the rescue of all the prospective core members. No state government brought any amount for their rescue as claimed in the media. I must state that I have not received 1 naira from any state government so far in the name of the rescue of these core members.
The rescue corps members described their ordeal as traumatic. One of them, Emmanuel, expressed gratitude to the NYSC and security agencies for securing their release.
On August 17th, unfortunately on our way to the Sokoto Permanent Orientation Camp, I and the rest of my colleagues here were kidnapped in Zamfara State along the Gusau-Sokoto road, Gusau-Zamfara road also. Then it was a traumatic experience, though I cannot say everything that happened because it would be too traumatic for me to say, but all the same, I am thankful to God Almighty, the Army, and the NYC for my release. And I'm thankful to the press and the media for all their support and for everything they've done to make sure the release and the rescue, to say, was successful.
Brigadier General Yusua Ahmed warned corps members against traveling at night, emphasizing the welfare and security of all members as the scheme's top priority. Ahmed credited the Department of State Security Service, DSS, and the Nigerian Army for the successful rescues, emphasizing that no ransom was paid. He also dismissed claims of financial contribution from state governments. The release of the 8 kidnapped prospective corps members brings an end to the ordeal, with NYSC decision to issue discharge certificate recognizing the exceptional circumstances. Florence Joshua reporting for Clearview News Desk. The KOGI state government has explained why Usman Ododo, the governor, appeared in a viral photo with governors of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). In the photo, Ododo was wearing similar attire with his colleagues in the PDP. The photo has since sparked an argument fueling speculations that Ododo, a member of the All Progressive Congress (APC), is planning to defect to PDP. In a statement released on Saturday, Kingsley Fanwo, Commissioner for Information and Communication, said Ododo is not considering dumping the APC. Fanwo said the photo of Ododo with PDP governors was taken at the wedding ceremony of the daughter of Agbu Kefas, a governor of Taraba State. He declared that the promoters of the falsehood are people who are still nursing their woeful failure at the law court and probably trying to find a backdoor into the All Progressive Congress. Hence, they resort to the only tools at their disposal, which are falsehood, propaganda, misinformation, and disinformation. According to Fanwo, his boss was at the occasion to honor the daughter of a colleague like other governors did, adding that it is unintelligent to insinuate that the governor is abandoning the party that supported him all through his electioneering and the litigation. He assured the people of Kogi State that the governor remains a solid member of the All Progressive Congress and will support the party's success not only in Kogi State but nationally. You know that I know what you know, so warn your boys. This is the message Edo State Deputy Governor Philip SHAIBU sent to Governor OBASEKI. SHAIBU, who was recently reinstated, has threatened to expose some of the atrocities of OBASEKI if his surrogates do not desist from insulting him again. SHAIBU, who recently defected to the All Progressive Congress (APC), told reporters shortly after Sunday Mass to kickstart the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria at Auchi, the headquarters of Esako West local government area, that he had tolerated Governor OBASEKI for over 15 months, but the Edo governor has taken his silence for weakness. The deputy governor advocated accountability while calling on religious leaders to strip political office holders, including OBASEKI, of their unearned divine titles. He condemned the title God's Servant's Governor, bestowed on OBASEKI, describing it as unmerited and a misnomer. SHAIBU insisted that the Edo governor's actions were unethical to the values of servant leadership, particularly his fighting the church, revoking poor citizens' certificate of occupancy (C/O), demolishing homes of opposition politicians, fighting political leaders, and disregarding the rule of law. OBASEKI has been accused of depriving elected officials of their duties, denying citizens access to good roads, hiding federal government palliatives meant for the poor, embezzling public funds, inflating contracts, making unfulfilled promises, imposing governorship candidates on the people, and unleashing thugs on opposition parties. The spiritual head of the INRI Evangelical Church, Primate Ayodele, has warned the People's Democratic Party (PDP) against giving former Vice President Atiku Abubakar its 2027 presidential ticket. Primate Ayodele warned that PDP would die if Atiku emerged as its 2027 presidential candidate. In a video shared on his X handle, Primate Ayodele said, "PDP, if you want to fail, give Atiku your presidency. You will see that you will fail. It is going to be a cheap victory for APC. Atiku has made several attempts to become Nigeria's president, while he emerged as a vice president in 1999. Every effort to occupy the highest political seat in Nigeria has failed. In 2023, Atiku came second after he was defeated by President Bola Tinubu in a keenly contested election." The leader of INRI Evangelical Spiritual Church, Primate Ayodele, has advised President Bola Tinubu to allow restructuring in Nigeria because the democratic system of the country is getting tired. This is one of his prophecies just released. Apart from restructuring, he also cautioned President Tinubu to work assiduously to avert a looming protest which has the potential of crippling the economy. We have a commentary.
After years of monitoring the prophecies being sent to the people of the world by the leader of every evangelical spiritual church, Primate Ayodele, we at Clearview have come to the conclusion that we need to pay attention to this man of God. Our interest became heightened in 2022 when Primate Ayodele predicted that the 2023 elections will be postponed, despite the fact that INEC had confirmed the date. Confirming this, INEC shifted the date. He also predicted Ladipo market fire in Lagos, last earthquake in Japan, and death of some traditional rulers. In the technology world, this man of God, in his 2022 prophecies, predicted a change in the board of Twitter. The sale automatically changed the board of directors. So, when Primate Ayodele sent a warning to President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria, we felt this should be given attention. His prophecy advised Mr. President to do what he referred to as the needful, to avoid another massive protest that may cripple the Nigerian economy for 2 weeks. The prophet made it known that confusion will continue to linger in the present government and will have an unpleasant impact on the country and its citizens. Recollect, Ayodele once said, diesel will be 1,500 naira per litre, petrol will be increased to 1,000 naira per litre, and more. As expected, some people refer to him as a doom prophet. He's now saying that another protest which may cripple the economy for 2 weeks is looming. According to him, there is confusion in Tinubu's government, which he said is already impacting negatively on Nigerians economically, in the area of security, and of course in all aspects. He lamented thus, The price of food commodities will still go haywire. There is serious hardship, and I advise the president not to allow it go beyond this year, because what I am seeing ahead is massive. As it is going, petrol will still be sold for 1,000 naira per litre and more, and it will get to a stage where the government will call for recapitalization in different sectors. Coal tariffs would also be increased. This confusion hasn't started yet." Unquote. Our research findings have, however, revealed that people who are favored by some prophecies praise the prophets, but when they are not favored, then the prophecies are referred to as relevant. However, which way, prophecies like the ones we have been receiving from Primate Ayodele encapsulate the divine communication of God's will, foretelling future events or conveying messages of moral and spiritual significance. Prophets, as designated messengers of God, play a pivotal role in this dynamic relationship between the Creator and His creation. The voices of prophets such as Moses, Elijah, and Isaiah echoed through the pages of the Old and New Testaments, each prophet uniquely contributing to the unfolding story of salvation, redemption, and the fulfillment of God's promises.
If you're just joining us, you're watching the news on Clearview News Desk. We will be back after this break. Stay with us.
Congratulations!
Your number one independent radio station is 30.
Great power!
30 years of private commercial radio, 30 years of infotainment, 30 years we've made you smile, made you laugh, made you dance. We have been your friend. We talked to and with you and enjoyed listening to you. We have agreed and disagreed, but never broken your trust. 30 years we've delivered programs excellently, not just 100%, but 100.5.
Great power! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Welcome back. Today, Clearview News Desk beams a spotlight on profile of former Edo State Governor and foremost stalwart of the All Progressive Congress, Senator Adams Oshiomhole.
Born on 4th April 1952 at Iyamu, near Auchi in Edo State, Adams Aliyu Oshiomhole is a foremost Nigerian politician who currently serves as the senator representing the Edo North Senatorial District since 2023. He previously served as the president of the Nigeria Labour Congress from 1999 to 2007 and immediate past governor of Edo State from 2008 to 2016. Adams Aliyu Oshiomhole was born as a Muslim, but was however led into Christianity by his late wife Clara, who died of cancer at the age of 54. He became a Catholic with the Christian name Eric. After his secondary education, Oshiomhole began his working experience with the Ariwa Textiles Company, where he was elected union secretary and later became a full trade union organizer in 1975. Oshiomhole decided that he needed to further his education, and in 1975 he proceeded to Ruskin College at Oxford, United Kingdom to study industrial relations, majoring in labor economics. Furthermore, in 1989, he attended the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuru, Plateau State of Nigeria, conferring on him the status of member of the National Institute. In 1982, Oshiomhole was appointed General Secretary of the National Union of Textile, Garment and Tailoring Workers of Nigeria, a union with over 75,000 workers. Following the restoration of democracy in 1999, he became president of the Nigerian Labour Congress and was prominent as the leader of a campaign of industrial action against high oil prices in Nigeria. In the wake of President Olusegun Obasanjo's administration, he negotiated a 25% wage increase for public sector workers. In return, he publicly supported Obasanjo and endorsed his candidacy when he was re-elected in 2003. The Textile Workers Union elected Oshiomhole for a second term as General Secretary while he continued as President of the NLC. His relationship with Obasanjo, however, turned sour as neglect of local refineries led to the reliance on imported gasoline, followed by a rise in the price of fuel. As a labor leader at the time, Oshiomhole led strikes and demonstrations against the increase, leading to arrests, tear gas, and temporary blockades of union offices. However, Obasanjo introduced legislation to make it more difficult for the NLC to strike. Oshiomhole also represented African workers for 2 terms on the governing body of the International Labour Organization, serving on the Committee of Freedom of Association. He was also a member of the Executive Board of the International Confederation of Free Trade Unions. Oshiomhole's journey into politics began in April 2007 when he ran for the governorship seat of Edo State under the Action Congress Party, with which his Labour Party had entered a strategic alliance. However, Oserimen Osumbo of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) was declared the winner despite allegations of irregularities. On 20th March 2008, the Edo State Election Tribunal nullified the election of Osumbo and declared Oshiomhole the winner. On November 11, 2008, a federal appeal court sitting in Benin City upheld the ruling of the state's Elections Petitions Tribunal, declaring Oshiomhole as the duly elected governor of Edo State, citing several irregularities in the election process. Oshiomhole was re-elected for a second term in the 2012 Edo State gubernatorial election, winning the elections in a massive landslide. Following the end of his tenure on 12 November 2016, Oshiomhole continued with his political activities in Edo State before his announcement as the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress via a voice note by delegates at the party's national convention on 23 June 2018. In 2022, he joined the race for the 2023 Edo North senatorial seat after winning the APC primaries on 28 May 2022. On February 26, 2023, INEC declared Oshiomhole winner of the 2023 senatorial election for Edo North senatorial district after defeating the incumbent. Soon after assuming his role as senator, Oshiomhole was named chairman, Senate Committee on Interior of the 10th Senate on 8 August 2023. In May 2015, Oshiomhole got married to a young Cape Verdean model, Lara Forts, at a private wedding attended by family members and friends 5 years after his first wife, Clara, died of cancer. Clearview celebrates Adams Oshiomhole's strong character, principles, unbending and fearless commitment in the pursuit of a just cause.
Again, the Education Minister Tahir Mamman says underage candidates will no longer be allowed to sit for secondary school leaving examinations. The minister, who stated this on a sister station on Sunday, pointed out that the federal government has instructed the West African Examination Council (WAEC), which administers the West African Senior School Certificate Examination (WAEC), and the National Examinations Council (NECO), which organizes the Senior School Certificate Examination (SSCE), to comply with the directive on 18 years age limit for any candidate to be eligible for the 2 examinations. Mama also insisted that the age limit for any candidate to write the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME), organized by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board (JAM), remained 18 years. Senegalese striker Nicolas Jackson has responded sharply to former Chelsea player John Obi Mikel following Chelsea's 6-2 victory over Wolves. The win came after a disappointing start to the season, which included a loss to Manchester City. Mikel had criticized Jackson for missing key opportunities in the City match, questioning the team's direction under new manager Enzo. Jackson, who has been the butt of criticism due to his inconsistent finishing since joining Chelsea from Villarreal, made a strong comeback by scoring Chelsea's opening goal against Wolves. After the match, Jackson took to Instagram to respond to Michael's criticism, telling him, "Shut your mouth." And that's the news. But before we go, a recap of the top stories. Edo Deputy Governor Philip SHAIBU, who was recently reinstated, has threatened to expose some of the atrocities of Governor Godwin OBASEKI if his officials do not desist from insulting him. SHAIBU, who recently defected to the All Progressive Congress (APC), told reporters that he had tolerated Governor OBASEKI for over 15 months, but the Edo governor has taken his silence for weakness. Primate Elijah Ayodele of the INRI Evangelical Spiritual Church, Lagos, has predicted doom for the People's Democratic Party (PDP) if it fields former Vice President Atiku Abubakar as its presidential flag bearer in 2027. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors (NARD) has embarked on a 7-day warning strike over the abduction of their colleague, Dr. Ganiat Popola, who has been in kidnappers' den for 8 months. The president of NARD, Dr. Dele Abdullahi, announced the strikes during a virtual emergency meeting of the National Executive Council. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Florence Joshua.